Good morning. You know, over the weekend, I was talking with my mom a little bit about the repetition process of trials. I think I'm trusting God, and the next thing I know, man, my knees get taken out from under me. I think I'm living in perfect love that conquers fear, and the next thing I know, slam, I am running in fear. I think I'm focused on the target, and the next thing I know, boom, I'm distracted as can be. And if there's something that I know, it's that Jesus said, I will never leave you or forsake you. He also said, in this world, you will have trouble. But he said, take heart. I've overcome the world. And so as I'm thinking about the children of Israel again, we talked a little bit last week about Moses bringing the children of Israel out into the promised land, and they had a battle, and he needed some friends to hold his arms up. And that I've been working my way through the story of the Exodus. And so today, I kind of thought, as I was reflecting on my conversation with my mom, that we like to think that the Israelites came out of Egypt. God brought them through the Red Sea in a mighty, miraculous act of separating the waters. They walked through on dry ground. And if we look to the 10 Commandments, the movie, once they get out on the other side, pretty much roll credits, bring in the gorgeous music, the end, happily ever after, right? But as soon in real life, in the narrative that the Bible tells us, as soon as the children of Israel get through the Red Sea, they are faced with no water. The water was bitter. And so God had to serve them, help them, so that they would have water to drink. They were struggling. He met them in their need for his glory and to build their strength. They move on a little further, and there was the battle that we talked about last week. They were struggling. He met them in their need to grow their faith. And then the next thing you know, they're wandering through the desert. There is no food. Manna was provided for them. They struggled. They were hungry. He met their need and grew their faith. He built trust. Again, they're thirsty. He made water come out of the rock. He met their need and built their trust. God is faithful. He is faithful to us. When we go running in fear, we can't be in the umbrella of his faithfulness because we're running out of it. But when we stop and watch and listen and follow, we're covered in a Psalm 91 way. We're under his wing. We're in his shadow. We're in a Psalm 23 way, seated at his table in the presence of our enemies, eating from his hand. The people of Israel had to go through 40 years and 40 more of ups and downs and wrongs and rights, and fall down and get up and follow God and worry that maybe we're not going in the right direction. And they came all the way to the end, and they were still afraid of the giants in the land. In this world, you will have trouble. The children of Israel finally got to go into the promised land. Their walk is such an example to us of everyday life. It's not a one-time struggle that you'll go through, ace it, and you're done. Our faith walk, growing our faith, is an everyday process. My pastor says you're either going to be in the beginning of a trial, in the middle of a trial, or finishing up a trial. Or heading towards the beginning of a trial, in the middle of a trial, or finishing up a trial. But in this, we have hope. You know, where is your faith placed? Is it placed in having a happy existence? No, it's placed in the Lord God, who gives us joy, who gives us peace, who gives us strength. He is good and he loves us. And of course, you know that when I'm talking with my mom, it always comes up, always comes back to the book of James. And so even though I'm talking to you about Exodus, and what is it that you're going through today? What is it that I'm going through today that I need to trust that God's going to meet my need and build my trust? He's going to meet my need, bring glory to his name, and build my faith in the process. What is that struggle that I'm going through? What is the struggle that you're going through? Are you struggling with fear? Are you struggling with distraction? Are you struggling with discouragement? I think within the last 3 weeks, I've told you I'm struggling with all of the above. Are you struggling with the goal line being pushed back and your promise, it's right here. Oh, it just got pushed back. You know that I am. And so join me in believing that God is stretching my faith to strengthen me. He's stretching your faith to strengthen you. He doesn't want you to fail. And he's setting you up for victory. This is our God. My mom has painted a couple pictures, and when I think of my current season with Jesus, and I want it to be my every season with Jesus, I'm just that little kid reaching up for his hand. And it pleases him when I hold his hand and let him lead me through and let him carry me through when I can't walk on my own. It pleases him. How it pleases me when my baby grandson takes my hand. How it pleases him when we take his hand. He doesn't want us to fall down. He wants us to hold on to him. And in fact, thanks, Mom, for reminding me, it's not us holding him. It's him holding us. All we have to do is lift our hand to him. He does the rest. And so in the book of James, chapter 1, consider it pure joy, my brothers and sisters, whenever you face trials of many kinds, because you know that the testing of your faith produces perseverance. Let perseverance finish its work, so that you may be mature and complete, not lacking anything. And if any of you lacks wisdom, you should ask God, who gives generously to all without finding fault, and it will be given to you. Blessed is the one, verse 12, who perseveres under trial, because having stood the test, that person will receive the crown of life that the Lord has promised to those who love him. And don't be deceived, verse 16, my dear brothers and sisters, every good and perfect gift is from above, coming down from the Father of heavenly lights, who does not change like shifting shadows. He will never leave you or forsake you. He loves you. He loves me. It's going to be a great week.